Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually going out for a walk right now. So this video is pretty much going to be about like my birth story and how it is pretty much just becoming a new mom, and just kind of what pretty much my personal views about it and everything else, like what I've gone through and everything like that. I'm about to be 2 months. I'm about to be 2 months. Sonya here is about to be 2 months, and originally I was gonna do kind of like a makeup thing and all this other stuff, and you know, just telling you guys about my story. But in reality, I was just like, you know what? In the middle of it, the battery died, and then, you know, one day turned into 2 days. Bless you, my baby. And so it just became continuous, like prolonging it, because I was just like, okay, well, I need to do my makeup and blah blah blah. And reality is that I don't have time. It's not that I don't have time or that I don't make time. It's just the simple fact that my time is a different of priority, and the priority is not doing my makeup. I'm lucky if I do my makeup, and I'm sorry if I'm like going half in and out of the screen, but sorry. I'm just trying to, this is horrible. I'm doing a horrible job right now. Bless you. So, bless you. So reality is that being a new mom, oh, can you see me? There you go. Being a new mom is not hard. It's just like you have to kind of just readjust your whole life, pretty much. Not everything is gonna be how it used to be. I mean, it's not. People who are expecting that, it's never gonna be like that ever again, because you are your whole schedule, your whole life begins with a little baby. You know, that's it. It feels nice in Georgia, obviously. That's why I'm wearing a tank top, but you can go. Reality is that when I first, so I was induced on Monday, and I didn't have her until Wednesday. So not until Tuesday, I would say like Monday night, because I was induced at 7 p.m. and then I start feeling it around like 9-10, as far as like contractions and everything. It started light. It was light. I had Braxton Hicks earlier, so it wasn't horrible. It was just a lot of pressure in the beginning. And then it just turned into something more. So that whole time I was getting, that whole time I was just getting contractions on and off. It wasn't that bad. It was something I was able to handle. And then after that, I had grew from 0 to 4, and then 4 to 6. Hold on. So after I pretty much got to 6, that's kind of where I stopped. And then by that time it was like midday Tuesday, and then they gave me a little bit of Pitocin, just a very little bit, and then from there is when pretty much I was at a lull, and so that's when Wednesday morning, no, not Wednesday morning, midday Tuesday, I couldn't handle it anymore because I was having a lot of contractions back to back to back, but I was like, nothing was happening. And so what they ended up doing was just kind of waiting it out. So from there, from Wednesday, it was still Tuesday, so I got the epidural and everything like that, and everything was, after I got the epidural, I went immediately just to sleep. Like, as soon as I hit the bed, I went to sleep. And that's when I started to dilate a little bit more. I'm sorry if it keeps kind of going in as far as in and out, and as far as the sunlight and everything like that. But after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. I reached to 9 centimeters Wednesday morning. At 6:29 is when I had little Sonya, little bungle baby. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I think, honestly, since having her, it's been a lot of up and downs. I had miscarriage. I don't know if you guys remember from my last video, but I had a miscarriage about 4 years ago now. So I never got to experience any of this, obviously. So when I got home and everything was we had my boyfriend's aunt, and then my mom. I was just kind of like panicking. I had a lot. I don't know. It was just a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress and stuff like that. So my mom and my sister ended up coming, which I was very grateful about. So they only stayed for the weekend, and then my sister helped me a lot with, teaching me everything as far as, what I need to know of being a new mom. And I was grateful for that. I was, thank you, Alejandra. And even my mom, and it was just, they really taught me a lot of different things as far as their own experience and stuff, like what they found easy and everything like that. So I was very grateful. I was very lucky, because I know a lot of people don't have that. Me and boyfriend, that's all it. Like, that's our family here in Georgia. Like, we don't know anybody here. So it's just the friends we've made in the last 4 years. And most of them are co-workers. So it's just, I'm grateful that my family got a chance to come down for as long as they did. They didn't have to come down at all, but they did. They ended up coming. And my boyfriend's aunt, Penny. I'm gonna kill my dog for being a dick. So far it's just a lot of ups and downs. Like, I kind of don't regret a lot of things. The main thing is that I wish I was a little bit more patient with myself, though I can't blame myself because that's how I am naturally. But for people who are watching this video and somebody who's about to be a first-time mom or anything like that, tell them everything that you know. Because what irritated me the most was people were like, oh, you don't know that, or you don't know how to do this, and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, this is my only and first child. Like, what makes you think I'm gonna be doing, like, I know what the fuck I'm doing? Like, let's just be real. So I think that was the most frustrating part. And oh my gosh, I look like I got a big ass forehead. I promise you guys, I have hair. That was the most frustrating part, because I felt like I didn't have in the beginning, I felt like I was being talked to, like I was being talked to as if I was an idiot, like, you know, like I didn't know anything, which I didn't, but I felt like people expected me to know what the hell I'm supposed to do, when in reality I'm just learning. Like, give me a break. This is a whole new person. We're learning each other. Like, as I'm learning what the hell I want, and she's learning what the hell she needs, and it was very frustrating. And I think, I can say that confidently, like that it goes the same with my boyfriend and how he felt. I just really wish that there was kind of more information on that end, but it is what it is in the end. Like, we're dealing with it, but I think we're doing as good a job as any new parent could be, you know. And it's just, life kind of just like adjusts itself without you even knowing. And I think for the most part, naturally, I'm grateful that that's happened to us so far. And for people that I'm lucky because we have people here that are not physically here in Georgia with us, but you know, that would love to help, that loves to help. You know, I have a friend here who would love to come, who's willing to watch my dog. I said my dog. Who's willing to watch my kid, you know, if me and boyfriend wanted to have a date night or anything like that. And I'm grateful for that, because not a lot of that you meet out of a new state are going to be that comfortable, or you're going to be that comfortable with, to even give that opportunity. So shout out to Beach Rice for that. Like, I'm forever grateful for you. You know, and it truly, I will say, it truly takes a village to raise a child. And if you don't have a village, it's okay. It is okay, because in the end, the people that are supposed to be in your life will be in your life, and they will always be a part of that. And I think that's goes without saying as far as whether they're family or not. I think without the people who've been in my life, I wouldn't be as somewhat comfortable as, you know, being in this state by myself. Well, not by myself, but it just being me and my boyfriend, having no family and everything like that. So I'm pretty grateful for everything. I really do feel as though that you should have like a good partner. That really says a lot. And I don't think how long you've been with them or anything like that has any type of meaning to whether or not they're a good significant other and a good partner to help raise your child, you know. Because you could be with someone for a long ass time, you have a kid, and that shit just switches. And you can be with the person for a week, y'all get pregnant, and that person has been there, you know, since day one. So time has nothing. It means nothing. Just it's very important to find a partner that you can kind of not only rely on, but not only rely on with a child to help raise your child, but a person that you can rely on emotionally, because it does take a toll on you. I can tell you now that I've had so many panic attacks. I've cried pretty much almost every day since she's been born, and it's nothing that like I'm unhappy or anything. It's just, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard, but the fact remains is that you find a way, and it's important that you find an outlet as well, because if you don't, nothing's really going to change as far as emotionally. So I don't know, it's a lot that you have to kind of deal with, and it'll suck. it'll suck if you're just here by yourself, like if you're just doing it on your own. So like single parents who don't have to co-parent, like who don't co-parent, who are just doing it on their own. Like my mom, like when I had to take her to daycare at 6 weeks, I was crying. I was devastated. And even now, like every day, I still cry. Every time she has to go. And it's nothing against her daycare provider at all. Like I love her daycare provider. It's just no one's ever going to take care of your child the way you take care of your child. And like my mom, she had to do it. I'm the 8th child. I'm the last one. I'm the baby. And when I was talking to her about leaving her and in daycare and stuff like that, like I was crying as I was talking to her, because she was just like, it is hard. It is difficult. Because it's like, a lot of people don't realize how much of an emotional like thing it is to have a child. And it's such a blessing, because you see this innocent thing, and it's just like, what more can I do for this child? Like why don't I want to like give this kid everything? And it's just, I'm sorry for crying. It's just, you open a door to something that you never thought you'd feel. It's one thing to love a person, to love your significant other. Like I said absolutely. I absolutely like just adore my boyfriend, and I'm grateful for him. And I know a lot of times like I can be a dick, as can he, but he's a good partner for the most part. He's been there, and he's helped when I needed him to. And women, like honestly, us ladies, honestly speaking, if we have a significant other and we get upset because they're not doing this, that, and the third for either, whether it be for us as a favor to us, or if you guys have animals and they're not taking them out or anything like that, just speak up. And don't speak up with an attitude because of your frustration, because you feel as though they should already know. Granted, I completely agree, but in the end, men are men. They don't think like us. They think differently. It's nothing against them. This is not like a hate crime towards men. This is not anything like that. It's just the simple fact that men think differently than us. We can't expect to be loved the way we love. They are loving us the way they love. So, it's just different. And I think if you need something done or anything like that, speak up and tell them. Try to be as calm as possible. Don't say it out of a frustrated or angry heart. Say it with, in an understanding part. And if you're not like that naturally, like if you're not kind of not a sissy or anything like that, like if you're not a person that kind of is soft-spoken or anything, at least for the most part, speak to them, with how you would a child, or how you would your elder, or anything like that. It's just, but if you're rude, you're rude. That's on you. The point, I think, for me, as far as, like, shit, I'm a mom, was, like, I don't know, this whole life changed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I'm all like, I need her to go away just for a little bit. Like, can you take her? Like, I'm telling her dad, and I'm like, can you just take her for a little bit? can you just so I can just have some peace, you know, can I just go and do this one errand on my own? It's a lot emotionally, and it's just, you know, a lot of people just don't realize that, and it shows you about yourself. But being a first-time mom has been rewarding, as well as probably the toughest thing I've ever had to deal with, because I've always been a soft-spoken person. I've always been passive-aggressive. I never really spoke up, in some cases, as far as like relationships and in general, like whether it be towards, you know, my sister, my mom, or my siblings, my significant other, just in general. Like, I've never been that type of person that spoke up. And since having her, I definitely feel like, okay, well, I need to learn how to step up, or I need to know how to speak up, because if I can't speak up for myself, how do I expect her to learn how to grow up and speak up for herself? So it's just like, you definitely have to, kids definitely change you for the better, I think, because they change you into a person that you need to be. And a friend of mine, Beat Rice, told me, protect yourself as you would your child. And if you don't have a child, protect yourself as you would your inner child self. And since being a mom, it definitely made me, that advice was like the best advice, one of the best advice that I've ever gotten. And I think that definitely put kind of a foot up my ass to kind of like man the fuck up. So it's just like, I love this kid. She means everything to me, and it's just like, she's a complete stranger. She's a complete stranger. Wow. She's a complete stranger, and it's just like, I absolutely love this person, and I love the hair growth that she's given me. I love the extra weight that she's given me. If y'all know me, I've been trying to gain weight for the longest. So being pregnant, it was very, like, I was very proud of my extra weight. And as soon as I had her, I dropped 20, and so I'm slowly still going down, which kind of, I mean, there's some parts of my body where, yeah, I don't really like. But that goes without saying, like it being your stomach. But other than that, like, I love the extra weight that I've been getting. Things that I wish I knew. But each kid is different, and each situation is different. So I can't necessarily give any advice. The only things I can give you advice on is other things that I've personally have gone through. And that definitely could go as far as, I'll do that in a separate video, so in that way it's not too long. Right now, for me, I keep going out. It's just my fat ass is tired from holding this camera. So it's just more so, you know, this video here is just to kind of really truly just go over like how it's been so far. If you want to ask me questions, you can ask me down below, or you can ask me on my Instagram, which is Aggiecyoutube. I'll link the description down below. But so far, I can't say it's been easy, but it's something that I'm learning to get the swing of things, because it's been 2 months now, and I still get hiccups. I still get frustrated. I still get overwhelmed. So, And I don't think that's ever going to change. I think that's just part of being a parent. And there's just, you know, for the people in my life that's helped me transitioning into a mom, into something better, like, I really appreciate you guys. And it truly, truly, truly takes a village. And I'm grateful, though small, I'm grateful for my village, and I'm grateful for everything that God has given me. And, you know, this little girl here, just, I can't be more grateful than I am. And every day I become more and more grateful. Now, the day after she was born, I had to put my cat down, and that for me was pretty tough. It was pretty tough because that was literally like my heart. That was my heart. I love that damn cat. And she was possibly 15. I got her when she was already old, which I felt like I was just kind of gypped, you know, of meeting such a beautiful and loving creature, forgiving creature, and having to say goodbye only 5 years in, you know. It was tough. But I will say that my dog definitely stepped up. There she is. Well, I don't know where she's at. There she is. Bye. And I'm just grateful for her, even though she's a dick. But that wraps up my video for right now. If you have any questions, like I said, you can go on my Instagram, Aggiecyoutube. I do have a Facebook, Aggiec. Or you can actually just go ahead and ask me down below, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching this video, even though it's just horrible, but thank you. Bye.